Take your one never. One. Okay, one never, one hundred.
Make sure you finish everything. That's really important before you do it. And then master's course.
Oh, this morning. The man, okay, big man. Hey,
Oh, wow. How many days? Oh, wow.
Nice.
So,
hey, hey, it's really that man.
You sure they rate me 40%? On what? On waiting. And this thing is supposed to be like up. Chatting. What's that? You go use two, if no, you no go stay. Like one for here, one for here. For this info.
I'm doing a lot of the research.
Okay. Did she send it to the marriage certificate? She sent it to me. She don't send that here. I never. You just send that. Now my phone she sent that. You don't say I will go send that to you before I come to you.
So you don't put them for the email before?
No.
You don't compose the email for them?
Email.
So now,
I don't understand. No.
I should carry a fish and put inside. If you see what you do there. Are you converting them to PDF?
I never do all those work. We don't convert.
So we all know a lot about it. The actual acts for the most are extremely rare, but I think they are particularly heavy because we're so worried about it happening.
Professor Guy Grattan, thank you very much for your time today.
Very glad to help.
And let me just remind
So
you
now-
that we are expecting to
Let's
hear
see what we
the
see.
UK Defence Secretary John Healey in the House of Commons shortly, and we will bring you up-to-date any lines, any comments about the US-Israel war with Iran. You're watching BBC News.
Hello there, recently we've seen
So now let's see what we see.
continuing to be the story.
The best schools
Just a
really
moment,
do
but let's have a look what's happening in the school and across Northern Africa. There'll still be some
That
weapons
is,
to come across
there's
some of
what we
those
call a matter of research.
Well, these are where we've got the seasonal rains recently, very wet.
That is what we call a matter of research.
Extending all the way towards Ethiopia. We'll find more rain.
Among all the ones do like this one.
As well. And
So
across
we
South
call a
Africa,
matter of research.
thunderstorms are likely possible.
So now most of our schools really do
Has been pretty hot across the west.
so one and we
Temperatures are going to be dropping.
and this one apply as best from qualification.
And we could get some thundery showers coming in more west of Africa.
That most of our schools. Like 1 or 2 days we are set to share. So we get to 2. So on that issue now. So when we do the application ourselves, because most of our schools know they are set to 2. So once the application sub-agents.
Thank you.
So those people they work like agents too like us.
Okay.
So then they get schools.
Where they do research.
We do that research for who they collect it to. And then schools who they collect it to. Most of our own schools are 2 now. So we do like 2 shall we collect it to. So now because we don't get too many options. There's too many schools where they collect it to, so we can't send application everything. So take all the documents, we compose email, put all the documents inside.
Okay, then send it to the agent.
So
Is it that same Linda?
remember,
Okay.
through email. So
As I never convert into PDF. Okay. It's okay, Abi. Right? You don't check another complete. Oh, they arrange because it seems like say no. No, like he did double downloaded. You go delete some. Check.
personalized credit cards and loans. Download Tisco free now. TSO, best friend for your finances.
Need funding for your business? Get a loan. 1,000 rands to 5 million rands. Funds in as little as 48 hours from approval. Don't need the funding now. Apply, fill it up, and take out the funding when you need it. No queues, no hidden fees. Finance fees only apply to funds utilized. Let us bet your home.
So who they send that to? Who are we sending it to?
So now, we send it to Mass Education.
Message.
So we need like sample of this.
Forensic investigative techniques and tools to fact check stories, verify information, and counter disinformation. Using data analysis and the latest technology, our journalists examine the evidence and get to the facts. Watch our BBC Verify reports on the BBC News channel or go online to find out more.
This is BBC News, the headlines for you. President Trump postpones his threat to bomb Iran's power plants if it doesn't fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz. He says it follows productive talks with Tehran, but Iran says no such talks have taken place. The price of oil tumbles and stock markets surge, though, after President Trump's announcement. In the next few minutes, we'll be speaking to Poland's finance and economy minister. Here, counter-terror police say they're looking for 3 suspects after 4 Jewish charity ambulances were set on fire in London. So Keir Starmer has called it a horrific anti-Semitic attack. And the UN says the last 11 years were the hottest on record and Earth beyond
They
its
go and
limits.
look at the look here.
Hello, I'm Anita McDowell. The head of the International Energy Agency says the US and Israel's war with Iran has triggered an oil crisis in the Middle East, worse than the twin shocks of the 1970s and the impact of the war in Ukraine combined. Fatih Barrow has renewed his plea for the Strait of Hormuz to be reopened, saying that is the single biggest solution. He spoke exclusively to the BBC last week. Here's some of what he told us.
Our world is facing the greatest global energy security challenge in the history, much bigger than what we had in 1970s, the oil price shocks. It is also bigger than the natural gas price shock we have experienced after the invasion of Ukraine. It is not only oil and gas, fertilizers, petrochemicals. These are all facing major problems. So I believe the world is not yet well understood. That is the energy security challenge we are facing today.
I see what you saying.
Asia has been particularly hard hit as it gets most of its energy from the Gulf. One country, the Philippines, is really feeling the pressure. Our Asia business correspondent, Surajana Tawari, has more from Manila.
Even with the markets turnaround and the oil price turnaround, a place like the Philippines is still going to feel the effect of what's
The thing
happened
is, they have
over the
not turned the
past
document
few
to
weeks.
PDF.
Now, here in Manila,
No
we've
need.
been speaking to jeepney drivers. Jeepneys are those vehicles behind me that people use to get around. They go to work in them, they go to school in them. And drivers have told us that they just aren't coping with the price hikes, already multiple price hikes last week, and we saw protests as a result of that. We're expecting another price hike tomorrow as well. And even though there has been that turnaround in oil prices, it's not likely to filter through to this economy for quite some time. And all the other aspects of the economy are also
See, it's
suffering.
why
For example, food coming from farmlands to the city is also seeing a rise
This
in
one now is not
transportation
supposed
costs,
to
and
be
that's
training.
affecting
It's
all sorts of
supposed to
small
be.
businesses and the cost of living crisis that's already here in general.
I will take down the
So
thing.
let's take a look now at how Europe is dealing with the rising cost of oil and gas, a result of the US-Israel war with Iran. The EU relies on liquefied natural gas for around a quarter of its total energy supply, making it extremely vulnerable to the huge price increases we've seen over the last 3 weeks. Europe's benchmark natural gas price has climbed by around 65% from a month ago, and despite falling in the last few hours, global oil prices are still hovering around the $100 a barrel mark. So how is the EU coping, and what action are countries looking to take? We'll discuss this and more with
I don't know,
Andrzej
I've not
Domański,
checked it.
Poland's Minister of Finance and Economy, who's been holding talks with his UK counterpart. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio today. We appreciate your time. So yes, meeting the Chancellor,
You
Rachel
need
Reeves.
everything. I've seen it.
Can you
The
share
dates.
some of what you discussed about the ongoing situation, the war with Iran?
Of course, we were discussing bilateral relations with UK investments that are so needed right now.
Degree.
Competitiveness, how to improve competitiveness both in UK and Poland. So another important issue, G20, Poland has been invited to participate in G20 meetings this year, and so we are discussing some aspects of agenda, and also, as you know, UK will be the presidency of UK in 2027.
So obviously you and your position, Rachel Reeves and hers, other EU economy ministers and the UK economy minister, you chart a
The
course, don't
school
you?
that they
You make plans for investment, but to what extent, perhaps you can share a little bit about those discussions with Rachel Reeves, to what extent is that being thrown off course by
the
what's
school, the
happening?
other one,
Because
the
clearly
blue.
that's going to affect the economies of all countries.
Yes, of course, the situation in the Middle East is for everyone, and definitely the escalation is really needed. So I'm really happy that today, after some remarks from President Trump, the price of oil went down substantially. When I woke up, it was 106, now it's around 94 per barrel. So we see that markets are pricing kind of the escalation in the region for the world economy. And of course, we are taking some steps to lower the impact of these high oil prices on customers.
Yeah, how much impact is that having on Polish consumers right now?
Yeah, of course, the prices of both oil and petrol went up substantially.
I don't know.
Délé kí sẹ́tù dà kí n ká strategize yín ká náà lè wà ń bẹ̀. A lè mú Thompson náà sí kínú ẹ̀ kó wá enjoy kínú ẹ̀ dùn ó ti yẹ kínú ẹ̀ dùn ó ti yẹ díẹ̀ tiẹ̀. Wọ́n á kí ẹ
Of course, the prices went up.
Eh,
àwọn náà lè wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n á kí ẹ yẹn délé náà díẹ̀ ń ṣe fún ẹ.
The impact was little
I don't know.
definitely we are
Not only this one, no.
the situation, and we are ready to take action.
Yes.
But not the sort of action which would involve, for example, Poland sending any troops into the Gulf region.
No,
I know you're talking about a different kind of action, economic action, but that leads me on to my next point, because Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk has made it very clear, hasn't he, that Poland will not be sending troops into the Gulf region, into the Middle East. And is that very much a reflection of Poland having a priority, a domestic security priority vis-a-vis your neighbour Ukraine and the ongoing Russian war?